Hey warriors, let me ask you something powerful right from the start. How many times in your life have you felt trapped in a conversation, cornered by someone's words, and later realized you had been manipulated? That moment of unease, that gut feeling telling you something is wrong, yet you couldn't quite put your finger on it. Liars are skilled at weaving webs with their words, not just to deceive you, but to control you. And unless we train our minds, we fall right into their traps. But the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, taught us a way of life built not on illusion, but on clarity, reason, and unshakable discipline. Today, we'll uncover 8 brutal Stoic questions liars use to manipulate you, and more importantly, how to stay unshakable against them. These aren't just random tricks. They're timeless traps of human psychology. And by mastering them, you become resilient, disciplined, and impossible to fool. So, let's break them down one by one. Do you really trust your own memory? A liar plants doubt in your mind, making you question your reality. This is what modern psychology calls gaslighting, but the Stoics warned about it centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "If someone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change, for it is the truth I seek." Notice the difference. Stoics were open to truth, but never to manipulation. If someone constantly undermines your reality, remember, clarity of perception is your shield. Are you saying you're better than everyone else? Liars love to guilt you. They twist your pursuit of discipline and virtue into arrogance. But Epictetus reminded his students, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Choosing virtue will often look like pride to the corrupt. Do not let shame pull you away from discipline. 3. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? This question minimizes your boundaries. It's a tactic to silence you. Seneca warned, "He who is brave is free." Your courage to stand firm on your values is your freedom. If something violates your principles, it is always a big deal. Never apologize for defending your peace. Don't you care about me? Liars disguise manipulation as emotional need. But Marcus Aurelius taught, love mankind but walk with the gods. Compassion does not mean enslavement. A Stoic warrior helps others from strength, not weakness. If someone twists your empathy to trap you, remember that love without wisdom is not virtue. It is bondage. By the time we reach these 4, you already see the pattern. Liars exploit emotions: doubt, guilt, shame, compassion. But the Stoic path is about clarity, rational control, and unshakable virtue. Let's continue deeper, because the next 4 questions are even more brutal. And unless you know how to counter them, you risk losing not just arguments, but your inner freedom. 5. Why can't you just let it go? This is the liar's attempt to escape accountability. They want you to swallow injustice in the name of peace. But Stoicism teaches us that peace without justice is weakness. Epictetus reminded his students, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Liars already know they are innocent in their minds. Your strength lies not in endless fighting, but in calmly standing by truth. To let go is a virtue only when it preserves peace without betraying justice. Everyone else thinks I'm right. Why don't you? Liars use the crowd as a weapon. They pressure you with the illusion of majority. But Marcus Aurelius warned, the opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know what they are talking about. Truth is not a democracy. Wisdom is not determined by numbers. If a liar hides behind everyone, the Stoic path reminds you to stand alone if necessary. One man in virtue outweighs 1,000 in falsehood. If you were really strong, you wouldn't be upset. Here comes the cunning twist. They use Stoic language itself against you. They confuse suppression with strength. But true Stoicism is not numbness. It is mastery. Seneca clarified, No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity. Emotions are natural. What matters is not whether you feel anger or hurt, but whether those emotions rule you. Do not let liars weaponize Stoicism to shame you into silence. So you're saying it's all my fault? The final question: a liar's shield. They flip responsibility onto you, framing your pursuit of clarity as blame. But Epictetus gave the antidote. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You are not responsible for their choices, only for your responses. When a liar tries to escape truth by reversing guilt, the Stoic response is simple: stay calm, stay factual, stay free. Now think about these 8 brutal questions together. Do you see the pattern? Every one of them tries to destabilize your inner fortress, your reason, your clarity, your virtue, and this is where Stoicism shines. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Liars target your mind because they cannot control the external world. But if your mind remains firm, their power dissolves. This is why the Stoic warrior must live with awareness. Every conversation is a battlefield of virtue and deception. The liar's weapons are words, but your armor is reason, courage, and discipline. Imagine a fortress with walls of stone. Each Stoic principle is a block in that wall. Doubt strikes you, reason holds. Guilt attacks you, courage shields you. Shame pierces you, discipline deflects. Compassion is twisted, wisdom straightens it. This is the art of becoming unshakable. But warriors, our journey doesn't end here. Because the question is not just what liars ask, it's how you answer. And the Stoics give us not only defense, but offense, the way to live above deception entirely. In the final stretch, let us see how to transform these brutal questions into unshakable strength. So how do we respond to these 8 brutal questions liars ask? Warriors, the Stoic way is not about shouting louder, proving your point, or crushing the liar in debate. It's about standing firm in your inner fortress so that their words never shake your soul. The moment you realize that manipulation has no power over the disciplined mind, you win. Let's put it into practice. When someone asks, "Do you really trust your own memory?" Instead of falling into confusion, you breathe, pause, and remind yourself, "My perception is clear. And if I doubt, I investigate truth, not emotion." When they accuse you of arrogance, are you saying you're better than everyone else? You calmly answer, "Virtue is my pursuit, not superiority." When they belittle your boundary with, "Why are you making such a big deal?" you stand tall and say, "My peace is worth protecting." And when they twist compassion with, "Don't you care about me?" you show wisdom by helping without surrendering your soul. In every case, you are practicing discipline, clarity, and courage. You are not just answering liars, you are training yourself. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Liars are difficulties in human form, and by facing them, you strengthen the muscle of resilience. You learn to live above their reach. But here's the most important part. Warriors, do not become the liar yourself. The danger of studying manipulation is that we begin to use it. The Stoic path forbids this. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The goal is not to expose liars. It is to build yourself so unshakable, so disciplined, that lies bounce off you like arrows against armor. So, take these 8 brutal Stoic questions, study them, reflect on them, and prepare yourself. Because life will test you, not once, not twice, but every day. People, he will doubt you, guilt you, shame you, twist your kindness, and try to shake your reason. But if you walk with the wisdom of the Stoics, you will stand firm. Warriors, your task is not to avoid lies, it is to rise above them, to stay unshakable no matter the storm. And if you can do that, you will live not as a victim of manipulation, but as a master of your mind. That is the Stoic way. That is the warrior's way. Now, if this message resonated with you, don't just leave it here. Carry it into your life. Subscribe to this channel if you walk the Stoic path. Share this wisdom with those who need it, and comment below. Which of these 8 brutal questions have you faced the most? Your story might help another warrior recognize the trap. Until next time, stand firm, live with discipline, and remain unshakable.